folks, Jim, Leila, and
Julie.
Hello. We're here for Free Comic Book Day 2012.
Yes.
And
so
dear
excited.
Lord, it's so big we had to get a co-host.
Yes, we did, because...
Don't worry, she'll be put back into the the dungeon afterwards.
Yeah, we needed extra help to get all the books done.
Yeah.
Or almost all. So.
And don't forget, Free Comic Book Day here at the Comic Connection this coming weekend. Ken Lashley will be here.
Yes, Ken will be here from 11 to 2, and we're so excited to have him again. And, you know, make sure that you come out and get your stuff signed.
And see all of us. And
see all of us. Get
it'll
free
be
comments.
a lot of fun.
Yes, exactly. So I guess I'll start, right?
Yeah,
okay.
We're going to start off with 2 each from me and you, and then Julie will pipe in with some stuff, but of course we're going to have our witty banter back and forth as well. So,
of course. So with a certain movie starting this weekend, I thought it was fitting to start with...
Transformers 4?
No.
No.
The Avengers! The Avengers Age of Ultron .1. So in this one, Spider-Woman goes missing while investigating an unusual energy surge coming out of Wakanda, and Abigail Brand, director of S.W.O.R.D., asks the Avengers for help locating their missing member, and they find out much more than Jessica Drew. When they unravel this mystery, the Age of Ultron is coming.
Woo!
Yeah!
Yay, robots.
Bendis and Hitch have crafted a true page-turner here that leaves the reader wanting more. Fortunately, there are many, 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 and many, many, many more Avengers books to read. So,
way too many Avengers.
Yes, so, you know, there's lots of choices. If you want to read something Avengers, stuff that's out now, stuff that's coming, Age of Ultron, it's all awesome, but I really enjoyed this one. It was a great read. Okay, next up, the New 52 Special Edition. That's right, this is DC's big book. In this one, the Trinity of Sin were judged centuries ago for their transgressions, but now Pandora longs for salvation, even if it means the end of the Justice League.
The Justice League can't end soon enough.
Yeah.
I disagree completely.
I do too. Okay, so...
This is the problem with being between 2 women that can beat the ever-living shit out of me.
Yeah, that's right. Who do enjoy DC.
Yes.
Okay, so Johns and the gang tease the upcoming Trinity Wars story, which looks really promising, and maybe we'll finally find out why Pandora was hiding out on the pages of all the first issues of the New 52. Ha ha.
Maybe.
Maybe. We can hope. There's also some previews for the New 52 second wave books, like Dial H that came out this week, and World's Finest, and Earth 2.
I wonder how many of those will last past 6 issues.
You know, at least 4 of them, I think. But anyways, I again, really enjoyed this, and this is the big DC book for you to get. There's another one that I'll be reviewing later, but this one is one that you should not miss.
Alright, next up we have Transformers number 80.5. And in this one, it's basically, after 20 years, the original Transformers series continues. This book basically acts as a prelude to what is to come and a reminder of what came before.
That's cool.
And it's really nice to see the original creative team back after 20 years.
Yeah.
So it's got that 80s and early 90s style to it.
Awesome.
So I quite like it. But of course, after seeing the last 10-15 years worth of Transformers books in the particular style that those books are in,
it's shocking.
It's shocking to go back to the 80s style again.
Yeah.
And it's a little off-putting. But still, if you're an old school Transformers Marvel Comics fan, this is the book for you. Storyline-wise, it's fantastic. I can't wait to see what happens in the new series that starts with number 81.
Cool.
Next up, we have Zombie Kid. And in this one, after Bill Stokes, all Bill Stokes wants is to be a big-time pro gamer. But one day, his mom comes home infected with a zombie virus, and now he has to deal with being a zombie kid.
Huh.
Alright, so after all the hubbub
Yes.
that happened after the release of Diary of a Zombie Kid, which we won't go into here.
No.
This came out for Free Comic Book Day, and it's a very good introduction to the character that not many of you got to see due to the litigation. But this is free. It's a good introduction to this parodies-based character, and I quite enjoyed it.
Yes.
Dave's art is really great, and Fred's story is pretty funny as well. So, yeah, check this one out. I quite enjoyed it.
Welcome to the team, Julie.
Hello. Glad to be a part of it. The first book that I reviewed was Anti #0. It's a preview for a book coming out starting in July, and I really enjoyed it. It is... I'm still learning.
I know.
It features an unnamed, really super strong female character who it looks like she is kind of taking on the demons in the world. I'm not entirely sure. They really leave you hanging, wanting more. I'm super excited for when it comes out in July and can't wait to read it. The art was a little not quite what I want. It's a little harsher than what I necessarily like, but the story is there and it really captured my interest. It is also a flip book with Ride. Ride, I really didn't care about at all.
Yes.
It's in black and white, which isn't typically something that I would put me off, but it kind of just reads like the opening crime sequence of Law & Order or any crime drama.
That's awesome.
If that's your thing, awesome, you'll probably love it. It's not really my thing. But, who knows?
Alright, next up, I also have a flip book. The first part is Star Wars, The Art of the Bad Deal. And in this one, Han and Chewie discuss the finer points of negotiating. There's also an Alabaster preview in here, which is continued in the Buffy and Guild flip book. So you actually need 2 books to finish that story. So that's kind of interesting.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. And then on the flip side, we've got Serenity, Firefly, Class 03K64. And while stocked for supplies, the Serenity's captain receives an aggressive offer for his ship. And I mean aggressive. So these were okay.
Oh, Mal.
Yeah. These are cute stories by Zach Whedon. I appreciated the symmetry between the 2 main plots. I thought that it made sense the way that they put these books together and that they both had to deal with their 2 ships, you know. That was cool.
There are so many Whedons.
Yeah.
And Wayans and Baldwins. I mean, they should all go into a fight.
Imagine if they were in a barley brawl, right? The Matrix music. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Okay, anyway, so I enjoyed the Alabaster preview, even though I only saw part of it. It was fun learning about trolls. Yeah, that's all I want to say, because if I say more, it'll wreck it.
Oh, now I really need to read that one. Trolls?
Alright, next up we have the Intrinsic. And in this one, horrors from different worlds have assembled to bring about a global threat known only as the End. And now the forces of good must gather to avert the disaster. Okay, interesting plot, interesting story. The artwork's okay. It's not perfect, but it is a lot of fun to check out this book. It's basically a preview of an upcoming book that's coming out from Arcana, so... Yeah, if you want to check out something with demons and Hellmouse and stuff that's not Buffy related, this one's for you. It's actually quite fun.
Alright. I have a reprint for My Favorite Martian.
Yep.
It was super cute. That's really where it
we're
starts.
all a little too young to remember My Favorite Martian, except for that movie that starred
Let's forget that.
Christopher Lloyd. But yeah, we won't less said about that one, the better.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
But super cute. Martin the Martian is trying to get back to Mars, and he is foiled accidentally by the people he lives with when they try to give him a good dinner. And it's all about how he tries to get himself back to Mars.
Nice.
It's super wonderful, great for all ages, I think.
He's only trying to get back to Mars so he can kill us all.
I don't think that's confirmed. No.
I don't think so. I think he spent too much time here helping us.
Yeah, exactly. No, he's been acclimatized now.
I agree with her. Yeah, I think he'd miss Earth if he went back to Mars.
Yeah, just saying.
But I really enjoyed it. It's a reprint, so it's exactly as it was back in the day. Great for all ages, from my parents to, little 5 and 6 year olds. I just think it's a good all across the board book.
Okay, next up we've got an offering from Marvel Comics. This is Spider-Man Season 1, and in this sneak peek for the upcoming graphic novel, it tells the story of how Peter became Spider-Man, because we all don't know that.
Yeah, we've only been told that how many times now?
Yes. But the interesting part about it is that this August marks the 50th anniversary of Spidey's first appearance in Amazing Fantasy number 15.
Woo!
50th.
I didn't realize Peter Parker was that old.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So
He's probably getting his pension by now.
yeah, so this is, kicking off all the Spidey-centric events that are sure to come. I did enjoy this adaptation of the story, even though, I know what's going to happen, but particularly visually, it's stunning. I love the art by Neil Edwards here. I'm not sure I'm really sold on all these season 1 books that they're coming out with that basically offer the origins for all of these people.
By the way, we've all seen.
Yeah, well, but, there has to be a new generation coming, right? So that's what we're looking at, is the generation that maybe isn't familiar with all these characters. And sure, maybe Spider-Man isn't the one that you're going to need to read up on, but there are others that are coming out after that. So perhaps this whole, season 1 thing will work out to be a good thing. I did enjoy this, and it's a good Spider-Man story, if nothing else, for Free Comic Book Day.
All right, next up, we have Lady Death, The Beginning. In this one, Lady Death must battle the villainous Death Queen to regain her stolen powers.
Lady Death had her powers stolen?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's not much to the story here.
Yeah.
But the art is pretty nice. If you're a Lady Death fan, this basically reprints the first 2 issues of the recent Lady Death series.
Yeah, the ongoing, yeah.
So, yeah, it's interesting. Art is probably the nicest Lady Death art has ever been.
I think so, too.
But story-wise, it's still a little lacking.
Yeah.
But if you're a Lady Death fan and you haven't had a chance to check out the new series, this is the perfect introduction.
I have another flip book. It is a Peanuts Adventure Time flip book. The Peanuts is a reprint.
Adventure Time is also a reprint of the first issue.
Right.
Yeah.
It's pretty much a compilation for both of shorts. The Peanuts has your traditional Lucy pulling the football. It's Peanuts, you know what you're getting into with Peanuts. And the Adventure Time has 3 different shorts. The primary story involves Finn and Jake teaching BMO how to fight because he wants to learn how to be the ultimate fighter.
Nice.
I'd place it for ages, 8 to 14. It's pretty good for that age group.
Okay, next up, I've got a flip book as well. This one from DC. This is their kid offering. This is Superman, Family Adventures. It also has a Green Lantern animated series and Young Justice story as well. So first, in the Superman, it's just another day in Metropolis for Clark Kent, Lois Lane, Jimmy Olsen, and Perry White. This is from the creative team for Tiny Titans, and this is just filled with action and humor. And if you like, the art and style and the quippiness of Teen Titans, then you're going to like this too. It's just all of that put in the Superman universe, which is just really cool.
Interesting.
Yes. And then in the Green Lantern animated series, while on the run from the Red Lanterns, Hal and Razor are pulled through a portal to a pocket dimension and must outsmart the being imprisoned there in order to escape. This was a lot of fun. It has the same animation style as the animated TV show for Cartoon Network. So, if you like that, you're going to like this. It's a jumping on point for either one of those things. And then the Young Justice, it's a preview for Young Justice number 16, which is on sale May 30th. And in this one, Artemis teams up with Green Arrow to stop a robbery, and Batman and Robin join in too. It's an okay preview. There's just not that much here. I understand they're probably trying not to spoil any new content that's coming out. But I do enjoy Young Justice, and I am looking forward to...
The series is pretty darn good.
Yeah, it's really good. So, if you want to sort of get a jumping on point for that new issue, then grab this.
Alright, next up we have The Infernal Devices, The Clockwork Angel. And in this one we meet Tessa Gray, a 16-year-old girl traveling alone to Victorian England, where she runs afoul of the city's sordid supernatural underworld and finds she has odd powers to take form of the recently deceased.
Ugh. Okay.
So basically, her powers allow her to become the person who's recently died or been murdered and tell...
Does she get all their memories and
Yeah,
everything?
exactly.
Oh, that's neat.
So, yeah, that's a really interesting concept, and it's really fleshed out here, and it's really interesting. This is just a preview of the upcoming graphic novel, but it is simply wonderful. Stylistically, the art is simply gorgeous, and the storyline is really engaging with very interesting characters. So yeah, if you're a manga fan, or even if you're just a old school murder mystery type fan, this is the book for you. It is simply wonderful, and I can't recommend it highly enough.
Fantastic. Along the vein of reprints, I have a Donald Duck and Family reprint. It's a reprint, exactly what you figure you're getting into. I chose this one because I grew up watching the Donald Duck and Darkwing Duck and all of those.
Yeah.
It's super
Gotta love
cute.
Darkwing Duck.
Again, it's a compilation of shorts. In your primary short, you have old Scrooge McDuck trying to save his money from the Beagle Boys. Again.
Yeah, that's normal.
Exactly. It is exactly what you think you're getting yourself into.
Okay, this one is one of my favorite picks for kids for Free Comic Book Day that I read.
This
okay?
book looks absolutely gorgeous.
Yes. Okay, so this is a flip book, and on the first side we've got Finding Gossamyr. And in this one, Denny is a smart boy. He can solve any problem. But even he could not have prepared for what could happen when he solves an ancient theorem that's never been proved. It's awesome. It's great art, like gorgeous art, a good story.
Looks so good.
If you like mystery and action and fantasy, this is the book for you. It looks like it's going to be an amazing kids book. So
we will be reviewing it in 2 months when it comes out.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
be with
I
us for
can't
that.
wait. I can't wait. And on the flip side is one of my favorites that you've seen me review before, Stuff of Legend. And this is a
Another
preview.
great book.
Yeah, another great book. This is a preview for the Volume 4, which is called The Toy Collector. So this is, overall, for those of you who don't know about Stuff of Legend, this is the story of a boy's brave toys who entered the dark in an attempt to rescue him from the boogeyman. And I just love the series. It's got great art. It's an epic story. It's wonderfully weird and definitely a must-read. If you haven't read any, there's the hardcovers. The first 3 volumes are out. So this preview only gives you like a small overview of the story so far and teases a little bit of the next chapter. Definitely, I loved this book. Make sure that you grab this one on Free Comic Book Day.
Next up, we have another flip book. It is Buffy with the Guild. But in Buffy, Buffy goes on a vacation to space and has to deal with a bug infestation.
Buffy gets vacations?
Apparently.
Since when?
So this becomes Buffy versus Alien.
Nice!
And I mean that literally. It's an actual alien from the Alien series.
That's
So,
fantastic.
yeah, it's not only is it an alien, but it's a vampire alien.
Oh, man.
Which is great. Story-wise, fantastic as always.
Yeah.
Art-wise, it's pretty good. It's not the typical Buffy style, but I really enjoyed it
Yeah,
nonetheless.
Buffy doesn't usually fight aliens.
No,
so
but this was great. This was great. On the flip side, having lost their meeting place, the Guildies have a battle to decide where to meet. Their destined meeting place, the beach.
That seems like not a cool spot for gamers.
No, and considering who they are, it's not exactly the best choice either.
No.
But, as always, the Guild is a lot of fun to read. It's a lot of fun to see these characters evolve as they try and adapt to their surroundings, being people that don't really get out much.
Yeah.
And, as you know, there was a story that was continued in here as well.
Yes.
So you learn more about trolls, and it's fun.
Right?
But-
Wasn't it?
Yeah, it was fun.
Nice.
I
But
feel left out.
too bad.
You have to read it. It's good.
But yeah, if you're a Buffy fan, pick this one up. And if you're a Guild fan, pick this one up. It is simply fantastic.
Did you guys see Felicia Day on Supernatural?
No.
Oh my god! I'm not going to spoil it for you guys, but awesome. Almost the best, like one of the best Supernatural episodes. Anyway.
Oh.
Now
Alright.
I'll have to watch.
I have another flip book. I have
There's a lot of these this
Yes.
year.
lots of them. I actually really enjoy the flip books. It's got a nice, it's a nice taste.
Yes. Yes.
So I have Moomin Valley Turns Jungle and Anna and Froga. In Moomin Valley Turns Jungle, you get just a sample of the new graphic novel that's coming out, and their entire valley experiences a drought, and they end up getting a shipment of tropical seeds. And you see what happens when they accidentally plant too many seeds.
Oops.
Oops.
Anna and Froga has a whole bunch of shorts again. It's really cute. I really recommend this book for a young age group. The language is simple, the art is nice. It would very much appeal, I feel, to small children.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, next up, we got another flip book here. This is The Smurfs and Disney Fairies and more. Alright, so in The Smurfs, a bird travels through...
Smurf-tastic.
Yeah, it's Smurf-tastic.
It's Smurf-tacular. It's Smurf-delicious.
A bird smurfs through the Smurfs village, leaving Puffa Smurf's house in Smurf. And this bird causes much more Smurf for an unsuspecting Gargamel. Okay, so... It was classic.
Smurf the Smurf up.
There's loads of adverts for all the Smurf stuff that you can get. Like at the bottom of each page, it's like, check out this Smurf tale and this Smurf tale. So that was pretty cool.
Smurf and Smurf.
Yeah.
Smurf.
More Smurfs. There's also a little Ernest and Rebecca preview.
Smurf.
It's the story of a little girl who loves to play with her best friend Ernest, who happens to be a microbe. Loved it. If you haven't checked out Ernest and Rebecca...
My Best Friend is a Germ is a fantastic series that everyone should read.
Yeah.
It's one of those European books that is translated over here. Simply fantastic. Yeah. If you get a chance to read that one, do. It's so good.
Yes. And then on the flip side, we've got Tinkerbell is the newest fairy in Neverland, and she's eager to be the best one. Step 1, devise her own style. There's also this other preview for a story called Dance Class, which I actually liked a little bit more than the Tinkerbell one, but the Tinkerbell one was cute for girls and stuff. I just don't know if I like emphasizing your style as your number one thing, but yeah. I did like how it flipped it at the end and made it all about how Tinkerbell used her brain, not just being pretty. So I thought that was cool, and once again, I did like the Dance Class preview. Paper Cuts mostly does graphic novels, so it's weird to see like this kind of format for them. Which makes me think that it would have been cool if they had done this more like a graphic novel format and had previews like that, like a little thicker book, just to like emphasize that when you buy books from them that you're getting like that graphic novel format. But this is still a really good preview to some of the work that they have out there. I really enjoyed the Smurfs book. What can I say? It was Smurfy.
Smurf. Alright, so next up we have another flip book. It is Wrath of the Titans with Burt Ward, Boy Wonder.
Yes!
First up, we've got Wrath of the Titans, in which Perseus must climb over a mountain to reach the lair of the Cyclops. Okay, meh at best. As always, the art and the story is kind of subpar because it's a Blue Water book. But, I mean, if you're a Wrath of the Titans fan, you get Boo-Boo in this.
Yeah,
nice. You get the owl, so that's at least something that you get out of this. Yeah. As for Burt Ward gets sent back in time and must become a true hero with the help of his canine crusaders.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
It's pretty funny. It's just not well done.
This is more along the line of the Misadventures of
yes,
Adam West.
It's exactly
deal,
that.
Right? Yeah, okay.
And there's even a little tiny preview for a Julie Newmar book coming out.
Nice.
So yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's all ages appropriate. I mean, if you're a longtime Batman fan from the '60s and everything, you're probably going to enjoy it.
Waiting for the Cesar Romero book.
Yeah, I mean, I had fun with the Burt Ward story. It just wasn't my cup of tea, but I can see how other people will probably really enjoy it. And the Wrath of the Titans was just kind of meh at best, even with the inclusion of Boo-Boo.
Alright.
So Smurf or Smurf.
Smurf. I have a Red 5 Comics preview book, which has Atomic Robo as their primary story.
Which is a fantastic series that everyone should be reading.
I loved it. This was my first exposure to Atomic Robo, and
we got hooked another one on Atomic Robo.
I found it funny. I enjoyed the art. I think what I enjoyed the most is that they had nice differentiation in their speech bubbles, so you always knew who was talking.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was my favorite aspect of this. It also talks about a couple of their other books coming up, including, Neozoic.
Neozoic's actually already out?
Neozoic 2, sorry,
okay.
the preview.
Yep.
Which I want to go back and read Neozoic, so that when Neozoic 2
I will bring
comes
you a
out,
copy.
I can read it because the art was beautiful, the storyline is fantastic looking. Overall,
the artist on Neozoic is a friend of mine, so I can bring you a copy.
That would be awesome because I loved this story. I really, really enjoyed this book.
Okay, next up we've got The Incredible Rockhead and Zinc Alloy!
Woo!
So in the classic game of rock, paper, scissors is brought to life in this tale of a boy with superpowers out to save the school from the maniacal paper. So
use
cute.
rocks.
Yeah.
Or scissors.
Or scissors.
That's why he's the rockhead. But
Yes.
see, but paper beats rock. So he has to bring in a helper. I guess.
Scissors.
So it's cute, if not extremely ridiculous. But it was fun. It made me smile, even though, you know, it's based on a really simple premise. Sometimes really great comics are based on that. And in Zinc Alloy, Zach Allen built an invincible robot and became Zinc Alloy, the world's only hope. And in this preview, Zinc Alloy tries to save his hometown from an approaching tornado. And does something worse than the tornado. So I thought this was fun. It had great illustrations, color, and story. It was just, you know, really lighthearted. So, you know, this is definitely firmly a kid's book. But I really like the colors are really bright. The illustrations are fun. I enjoyed it. It's not my favorite kid's book for Free Comic Book Day, but it was enjoyable.
Alright, next up we have a blast from the past. It's Voltron Force. And in this one, the original Voltron pilots begin training the next generation of pilots, but King Lotor is out to destroy Voltron once and for all before the new cadets are ready. Alright, so this is basically a retelling of the entire Voltron continuity, but with new pilots and everything being trained. So it's a continuation of the series and a basic preview on
the
new series that's out, which is really bad.
Yeah.
This is not so bad. It's not as bad as the series, at least. But art-wise, it's okay. It reminds me of a few lesser-known artists that I know, but stylistically, it really works here. So yeah, if you're a Voltron fan and looking for something a little different than the Voltron comic that's from Dynamite, then this is probably for you. Stylistically, it works a heck of a lot better than what Dynamite's releasing right now. So I quite enjoy it. It's just not perfect.
Alright. I have a Witchblade book pretty much in the same style as the Voltron, wherein it's a good jumping on point. It teaches you about the Top Cow universe, and it brings new readers up to speed on what's happening in Witchblade right now so that they can join the series. Overall, I really didn't enjoy it very much. Witchblade just isn't for me.
Yeah, it's not for everyone.
How does that costume stay on?
Exactly.
Magic!
How does that even happen? I don't understand.
Magic.
I didn't enjoy their art. I don't really enjoy the CG aspect of it. But it is great for new readers who want to come in and learn more about Witchblade. It's a good way to find out if it's something that's your style.
Okay, next up we've got Top Shelf Kids Club. So this features stories for Owlie, Corgi, Johnny Boo, Dragon Puncher, Pirate Penguin, and Ninja Chicken, Upside Down, and Okie Dokie Donuts. That's a lot.
Donuts.
Yeah. None of these really grabbed me, though. Pirate Penguin and Ninja Chicken had its moments. These are designed for really young kids. Just sort of short and sweet, to the point previews. I mean, Owlie's been out forever.
Yeah.
So, you know, you sort of know what that's all about. But Pirate Penguin and Ninja Chicken is going to be coming out soon. So, you know, it was a good preview.
All right. Yet another blast from the past.
Yeah, Valiant's back!
The Valiant's back, somehow.
Yeah, Exo Manowar actually just came out this week.
Basically, Valiant has returned after about 15-20 years, I'd say. And basically, this is just a preview of their new books, Exo Manowar, Bloodshot, Harbinger, and basically more. And if you're an old school Valiant fan, then yeah, you're going to want to check this out. This is a really good introduction to the characters again that are being reintroduced for the first time after almost 20 years. So yeah, this is a good introduction. Artwork for some of the series is really looking nice.
Yeah.
Though I will say that I'm kind of odd-founded by, and dumbfounded that is, by some of the stuff that Valiant is doing to promote their books, like the talking cover.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean,
well, they're trying something different.
They're trying something different, which is never a bad thing. It's just really kind of weird. That's all. But yeah, if you want to try out something different and a little old school, but also new, check this one out. It's pretty fun.
I have Yo Gabba Gabba. It's a collection of shorts, super cute.
Yeah.
The art is really simple, but it's full of bright colors, which personally really appealed to me. It's so...
Says the girl who had pink hair the other week.
Yes. It's so bright, and I loved how simple the stories were, and it's one of my favorite ones for small children. This is something that you could definitely take home to your small child and let them read happily. Super, super, super cute.
Okay, next up, I've got Animal Planet, World's Most Dangerous Animals. Now, last year, it was kind of surprising.
And all those dangerous animals are all delicious.
Yeah. But last year, the surprise, like, you know, one of the books that went the fastest for us was the Animal Planet book about sharks. I was like, really?
Everyone
wow.
loves sharks.
You know, and I didn't even get a chance to look at it. So, you know, in this one, this issue features the grizzly bear and the saltwater croc, as well as a preview for Jurassic Strike Force 5. I love the Animal Planet books. They're full of like real information, but then they also use like a story to present the information. And the art was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't bad, and it was really informative. I knew a lot more about grizzly bears and saltwater crocs than when I went in.
Now you know not to go into the forest at night, covered in honey.
Well, yes, I guess that's good for everyone. That is good advice. Anyway, so I really enjoyed this Animal Planet book, and it is a great pickup for Free Comic Book Day. It was really enjoyable.
All right, and speaking of Jurassic Strike Force 5...
Yes!
Here it is, the preview of Jurassic Strike Force 5. Just trying to say that 5 times fast is going to kill me. Alright, so in this one, Rex tests his skills in a training session that quickly goes out of control. Alright, so I read the first number 0 for Jurassic Strike Force 5. How many times am I going to have to say that?
At least twice more.
Yes. So yeah, I know what's going on. I like the characters. I like the setting. The art is really nice. Other than that, story-wise, it's a little all over the place at times, but it's still a lot of fun. If you're a fan of dinosaurs and stuff, you're going to enjoy this nonetheless. And anytime you have dinosaurs fighting each other, you can't help but love that. I mean, come on. Dinosaurs fighting each other is awesome. So yeah, if you're a guy or girl looking for some dinosaur action that's a little bit different, this is definitely for you.
Alright. My last book was Worlds of Aspen 2012. And I had some really mixed feelings about it. It was previewing some of their big titles that are coming out this year. One of which was, it's called Homecoming. It starts in July, I believe. And I didn't really like it at all. It talks about Celeste, who is a girl that the main character finds, and he has to help her get her memory back. The story was all over the place. The art style wasn't something that I really enjoyed. But you should still pick it up because Idolized #1 is in here, and it was super cool. The art was amazing. It's talking about a girl who is applying to be in Superhero Idol.
Nice.
And it entirely exists in a world of superheroes and talks about how we all think that a world of superheroes would be awesome, but it's not. And that's where it ends. It ends off on showing us why it could be a bad thing. And I'm super excited to read the rest of that because I just really enjoy the thought of somebody touching that universe.
Yes. Okay, last up for me, and one of my favorites for kids this Free Comic Book Day is Mouse Guard.
It's a freaking hardcover!
It's a hardcover, people. Hardcover, that's right.
That's awesome.
Mouse Guard, Labyrinth, and Other Stories. So this is loaded with previews from Archaea's long line of great children's fare. I love Mouse Guard.
All fantastic stuff.
Yeah, all fantastic stuff. I love Mouse Guard, which is about a group of mice protecting their village. And I love Rust, and Cowboy, and Cursed Pirate Girl. Just... all of them were awesome, and again, a nice little hardcover for you that I just think is amazing that Archaea would do that. So definitely grab this one if it's still available when you get there for Free Comic Book Day.
And last, and certainly not least for me, is Dinosaurs vs. Aliens from Grant Morrison and Barry Sonnenfeld, the director of the Men in Black films.
Ah, okay.
Which may show you how quality this is. Anyway, the story in this one is, when an alien invasion attacks Earth in the Age of the Dinosaurs, our planet's saviors are the great thunder lizards, which are far more intelligent than we possibly imagined.
Huh.
Alright, story-wise, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's not great. This is just a small preview of the graphic novel coming out. But where this book really shines is the art. The art is simply gorgeous. These are the nicest looking dinosaurs since I've seen since the Dark Horse book Age of Reptiles,
That's
quite
cool,
a few years ago, and Randy Stradley and etc. But this is absolutely gorgeous looking. Grant Morrison's story in here is not too bad. If you're a Morrison fan, it's not going to be his best work, but it's still enjoyable, and I really do recommend it if you at least want to see something a little different. This is a pretty good preview of an upcoming book, and I will say that, yeah, I'll probably check it out when it comes out in full.
So it worked.
So,
and that's it for our
that's it for our
Free
Free Comic Book Day 2012. We will see you next week and also next year. See you later.